let's now explore Integral's OAD, the Open Access Design System. So, of all the aspects of Integral that really have the capacity to fundamentally make market economics obsolete, this is the heart. The OAD replaces the research and development function of private enterprise, eliminating intellectual property and restrictive patents. It is the engineering backbone of Integral, a continuously improving design commons where every design, specification, and technical breakdown is openly shared, version controlled, and recursively refined. Put another way, this is where an integral node, and by extension the entire global integral network, designs and refines its economic creations, goods, and services. Broadly, the OAD does three things at once. It is a design workflow, intake, refinement, certification. It is a knowledge commons, a searchable archive of every certified item and supporting data to be shared. And it is a critical data source, computational input for two downstream economic subsystems, the cooperative organization system, the COS, which plans and executes production, and integral time credits, the ITC, which calculates access values. So to be clear, it's not just about the designs, it's also about the critical data that pertain to those designs. Okay, so now I'm going to walk through all 10 modules of the OAD. However, before we begin, I want to spend a moment on why the OAD is the way it is as far as broad focus, because the architecture makes the most sense once you understand what it's trying to correct. And this gets to something I've talked about at length before, true economic context of design and production. It's not enough to simply design a good with common sense parameters such as longevity and recyclability in some vague sense. True economic design has to absolutely account for the larger order ecosystem it is being brought into and the effect it has on it. This is the great failure of market-based production with all of its backward incentives, except, of course, for the metric scarcity, vaguely, wildly distorted and with no real utility except for price manipulation when you really think about it. Sure, if something gets scarce due to physical pressure, it will raise price, so it becomes more restrictive for continued consumption. But by the time that happens, it's already too late, right? It means the ecological problem one seeks to avoid has actually materialized, with, of course, the inherent moral hazard, since scarcity is precisely what industry wants to create and preserve. Nothing in market economics seeks to alleviate scarcity, nothing because it's based on exploiting it. Once again, the shadow incentive. So what the OAD does is work to account for the real world by which every single creation of an economy must be considerate of a kind of cybernetic design organism, if you will, in an ecosystem that must be self-aware of the ecosystem it depends on. It is inside of this chain of causality, and it must account for it. All this to say that there is no such thing as isolated development of any single good, but rather it is and can only be an ecosystem of overall interdependence and development. And all input factors and downstream considerations must be brought into the design equation for the sake of long-term efficiency. What defines efficiency? That grand question. Well, from a certain angle, it's about optimization strategy, right? Thinking down the line like a pool game where you're setting up for other shots. If a particular product made is composed of unique resources, how far down the line can those resources potentially be recycled to maximize their lifespan? How do you create design conditions that maximize this when you're thinking 5, 6, 7 shots down the line? Sorry for the terrible pool game metaphor. Hence, this is about broad calculation, true economic calculation by which an individual good or service is optimized in ways that not only account for efficacy and general durability, but also the overall efficacy, sustainability, and efficiency of the entire economy as a single system to the best degree that we can. And if there is any singular realization that the so-called economists of the world seem to absolutely miss, it is this. It's not even thought about. How can anyone claim to have or promote an economic system if that economic system does not account for the environment it operates within or the relationships existing between everything that has been created thus far, meaning the entire footprint, the entire architecture of what humans have created and how they interrelate with resources. That's the singular realization that the true focus of any economy can only be a systems level sense of holism and accounting by which literally everything the human population produces in the world can be thought of as a single interdependent process. One single, deeply intertwined process accounting for the factors that will enable the total process to continue without failure. That is the most important economic realization there is, and the true focus of what an economy is supposed to do. So you can take modern conceptions of recycling and all that and throw it in the trash. We need direct design built in by which a truly circular economy can be created, where all of those piles in the landfill, just waste ultimately, it's not even garbage, it's waste, dissolve because we are working to actually reuse, and it has to happen at the design level. If something cannot be reused for whatever chemical or technical reason, then the question becomes, how do we engineer something to replace that so we can avoid that problem in general, reducing waste and pollution? Again, I will not have to even comment on how nothing like that happens in market economics.